Hello and welcome to your 30-minute power yoga class. I'm Tauni, and today's practice is going to be best suited for those who have a regular yoga practice, or maybe you haven't practiced in a while but you're very familiar with the basic flows and postures. As always, I'm going to give you a lot of options throughout the class. You're encouraged to listen to your body and make the practice your own. We're going to begin in mountain pose at the top of your mat. Take a moment here with feet hip distance apart to maybe shift your weight and then settle on down onto your mat. Feeling that energy move up the legs. Let a little smile come to your face. Let's just be thankful for our time on the mat and for the opportunity to practice. Take a breath in and reach your arms over your head, bringing the palms together as you exhale down through your heart center. Again, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, release. One more time like that, reaching up. Bringing the hands into that prayer right in front of your hearts. Let's pause. I invite you to close your eyes for just a moment. Set that personal intention for your practice, your why. Opening the eyes, reach the arms up. Take that right arm down and begin to open through the left side. Reaching up and then switching sides. Keeping that gaze up. Extend both arms over the head. We're going to soften the knees as we hinge forward into our first forward fold. So it's always best to bend your knees deeply and lengthen your back rather than round through that low back. Gaze forward, lengthen the spine, coming into your half lift. Pulling those shoulders back. Exhale and fold. Step back to high plank. Shoulders over your wrist. Placing weight even into the fingers. We're going to hold here in this plank pose as we begin to build some heat. Try to maintain a steady breath. Lengthening both the inhale and the exhale. And if at any time you need support, you simply take the knees to the mat. Just a few more breaths. Start to feel your strength. Shift the body forward and lower down all the way to the mat. Moving into Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms down, shoulders over elbows, gazing forward. Releasing to the mat, take the hands right under the shoulders by the chest. And before we move, tuck the toes. Start to lift your belly away from the mat. Now with the body straight, press up to high plank. Again, we're going to hold here for several breaths. Firming the muscles in the legs, the arms, the core. Couple more breaths. Then come into downward facing dog, hips go high. Begin to pedal out your feet. Then coming into downward facing dog. Look forward and step back to the top of your mat. Lengthen, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up. Bringing the hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And fold. Stepping back to high plank. Shift forward, bend your elbows for chaturanga. Now flip the feet over, coming into upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Looking forward, step to the top of your mat and lengthen your back. And fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time through, reaching up. Forward fold. Half lift. And fold. Stepping back to high plank. Halfway down for chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Keeping the hips level and square, lift the right leg for one leg dog. Flex the foot and press through that heel. As you move to high plank, bring that knee in and see if you can tap the tricep, the elbow, and then lift back up. This time, bring that knee forward and step the foot between the hands, back heel to the mat, warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. We're going to take a bound option, taking the hands behind you, interlace, and open your chest. So throughout this class, I'm going to give several options to bind. They are just options. Begin to lean forward, lift that back heel, transition to warrior 3. Finding balance. Maybe you keep the bind, maybe you don't. Begin to rise, bringing the knee in, and then extend the leg out for standing staff. Point the toe. Pulse the leg for 5, 4, and then bend that knee, step back, warrior 2. So opening to the side. Take that right palm up. We're going to reach back for reverse warrior, taking the left arm, again, behind the back. Stay low in the legs, rise up, reach forward, keeping that left arm behind you. Move into a half bound angle. So if you find your body falling forward, elevate and come into this supported position. Begin to straighten that leg for half bound triangle. Again, keeping the chest open. Begin to rise, reverse triangle, reach back, open through that right side, and then circle the hands to the mat, low lunge. Front knee over ankle, move into revolved lunge, bringing the right arm up, and twist. Bringing the hand down. Walk the hands forward. We're going to shift our weight. One leg chair, just bring the knees together and tap into a hover. Can you begin to lift into that one leg chair? Both feet down, chair pose. How did you do? Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower down to chaturanga, elbows in towards the ribs. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Pause here, check in. Again, let that smile come to your face. One leg dog, again, keeping the hip closed. Level your hips. Lengthen through that heel. Bend that knee, come forward into that high plank. Can you tap the arm, then lift back up? Bring that knee in, step the foot forward. Warrior one. If you're taking that bind option, go ahead and add it. Switching your grip, your opposite thumb will be on top, and open up through the upper body. Begin to shift your weight, lift that back heel. Warrior three, with or without that bind. Begin to rise, bring that knee through the chest. Standing staff, arms extended, point that toe. Again, find your strength, begin to pulse the leg for 5. Good, bring it back, warrior 2. Left palm up, reverse warrior, taking that right arm behind the back. We start to open up. Now we keep that right arm where it is. We begin to lengthen forward, 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 moving into our angle pose. If your hand doesn't comfortably come down to the mat, you're welcome to use a block again or bend that elbow. Keeping that chest open, begin to straighten that leg for half bound triangle. Begin to lift, extend those arms, reverse triangle, reach it back. Then circle the hands down, elevate that back heel, low lunge. And then revolved lunge, left arm comes up. Bringing the hand down, begin to shift your weight, hands forward, bring the knees together. Find balance. Either stay or rise up into that one leg chair, keeping that left leg bent. And then chair pose, sit back. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Moving through your half series vinyasa. Arriving in downward facing dog. Again, take this moment to check in. A child's pose is always appropriate if you need it. Lift that right leg for one leg dog. This time we're going to open the hip, bend that knee. Release the left heel down. Be sure you're still trying to square your shoulders, keeping that right shoulder in line with the left. Now start to come forward to that high plank, and instead of going towards the right elbow, we're going to go over towards the left and then extend that leg out for fallen triangle. So you can keep the foot connected to the floor. We're going to pulse it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. High plank. Shift and lower all the way down. Beautiful job. Extend the arms to your sides. Locust pose. Lift away from the floor. One more breath. And release. Hands right by the chest. Tuck the toes, lift that belly, press up straight. Downward facing dog. Left leg lift, spin that knee, open up that hip. Right heel drops down, left shoulder in line with right. Moving forward to that high plank, and we take it over towards that right arm. Hold or extend out, fall in triangle. Stay or lift the leg and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. High plank. Lower to the mat. Come into locust, or some of you might choose bow, by bringing the hands back to the feet or ankles and pressing up. And come down. Let's take a child's pose. Take those knees wide, feet connected, and rest. Returning to downward facing dog. Look forward and step or float. Feet forward and have a seat on your mat. Find your sits bones. Moving into boat pose. Lean back, but keep your back straight. Shoulders down your back. Find balance. We're going to do high to low boat 10 times. So take that breath in and extend out. And then exhale, lift. Again, inhale and exhale. If you need support, grab onto the legs or take the hands behind you. Belly pressing down into the spine. Last 5. 2. And 1. Hold, 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 hold. Lift it up. Hold, 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 hold. And release. Beautiful job. We're going to come into a seated straddle. You can either stay facing this way or turn to the long edge of your mat. Extend the legs, toes and knees up, and fall forward. Start to walk it back in, out of that stretch. Now we'll move into a seated fold, so both legs extended, toes up, reach up, come forward, lengthening out of your low back. So just hinge forward. Doesn't even matter how far you come. Just want you to feel a gentle stretch. I'm going to stay more upright today. And start to roll it down. 1 vertebrae at a time, always with control. And then bring it down, knees to chest, hands to shins. Taking the feet to the mat. Press your hips up into bridge pose. Again, with that option to bind underneath you. Begin to lower. Cross your right ankle above that left knee. Reach through, grabbing onto that left thigh, or maybe even up to the shins. Beginning to switch sides. Cross, left ankle above right knee. Reach through, coming into that hip stretch. Release. Take a full body stretch. Extend the arms, extend the legs. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let's pull the knees into the chest. So I'm going to give you the option today to do shoulder stand. If you have any medical issues, I suggest you not to do it. If you have any issues with your neck, anything that you think or unsure of, then you are going to plant your feet and go right back into that bridge pose. If shoulder stand is in your practice, you're going to roll up, taking the hips above the shoulders and extending the legs. You're going to start to bend the knees. You come down always with control. Counter pose is fish. So we're going to extend the legs. Your palms are down underneath your glutes. Bend your elbows, lift the heart, tilt the head back for fish. Begin to lift the head. Let the back of the head find the mat. And we're going to extend the right leg out and pull that left knee in and move into your spine twist. Moving back onto your back, switching sides. Right knee pulls in, into your twist. Coming to your back, moving into reclining butterfly, so connecting the feet, dropping the knees. Gently close your eyes. Connect to your breath. Begin to soften. Moving into our final resting pose of Savasana. Extend your legs, arms at your sides with the palms up. Keeping the eyes closed, I invite you to find stillness. Allow yourself time to rest. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Begin to take some deep awakening breaths and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle your wrists, your ankles, and bending the knees, we're going to roll to our side into a fetal resting position, keeping your eyes closed. Check in with your body. Acknowledge how you're feeling. I always invite you to acknowledge gratitude. Gratitude for our bodies, for our time on the mat, and all the other things that you're thankful for today. Then begin to rise into a seated position. Smile, you did it, and I know you did amazing. Let's breathe in one more time, arms over the head, then hands to a prayer at our hearts. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. If you loved it, please hit that like button and share it with some friends. Have a blessed day.